everyone. Just packing up. And I remembered I wanted to show you my new pillow. It is a Nemo Philo Elite. It did pretty good. I think I like it. It's not too high and it's not too low. And it's got a really nice soft material around it, which I really find is important for me. I can't sleep on this kind of stuff with my face on that. And it's got more, it's still an air pillow, but it's got more cushion than my other pillow and resembles a normal pillow more. So I think it's a winner. Good morning. So when I looked further at my data for today, I realized that that big, huge climb was not right out of camp. I have a little smaller hill as a warm-up, and then I dropped down to a road. There seems to be a trash can there, so I'm gonna dump some trash weight. It's amazing how much trash you accumulate up here with wrappers and plastic bags. It really is kind of disgusting in a way. And then after that is the climb. And I didn't look at all of the bad news, but it appears as though this climb is going to be 5 miles long. What I don't know is exactly how steep it is. It looked from the profile that it is going to be pretty steep in some places, but I also read some of the description, and it says you walk along a ridge for a while, so hopefully the grade on the ridge, even though it trends upward, is kind of like a way in which you don't feel that you're climbing. So, and I don't know how much of a view I'm gonna have because the trees are really starting to fill in. Higher elevations, though, it seems like they're still not quite there yet, so there is hope there. Left camp a little bit later this morning, so I didn't even need my headlamp as I walked away. It was still before 6:30, so that's how much the days are getting longer. And okay, gonna walk now. We'll catch up later. Thinking to myself, I'm not really gonna get my hopes up on a trash can because this is a dirt road and it seems kind of odd, but there very much is a trash can here. So today's big climb is part of a pretty unique and interesting geological feature in this area. This climb is taking us up to the ridge or the rim of a large, quote, crater that's actually a limestone sinkhole. And it created, I believe, a 4 or 5 mile wide or radius valley. And in the valley itself is called Burke's Garden. So it's very similar looking to a crater caused by a volcano, apparently. And there are only 2 roads out of this valley. It's supposed to be some pretty phenomenal views, which is why I was commenting on whether the leaves would be out on the trees up there or not. I'm kind of hoping they're not, so I can see the views. There's also what appears to be a pretty cool hostel down in this valley. It's in a barn, and it's like a slatted barn, but unfortunately the timing is not right for stopping in. It's at 7 miles, and it's like, if it's the right one I'm thinking of, it's 3/4 of a mile off the trail. So I don't know, we'll see, but it's not looking like it's gonna happen. I'm just too slow to get that in and get back on trail and make any kind of decent miles, and I gotta be careful that I'm not gonna run out of food. Although if there's food there, I can resupply, so I don't know. Maybe we'll just throw the plan for today in the wind and stop in there at lunchtime if that timing works out right. We'll see. Okay, I gotta focus on the climb now. It's gonna be a while. Noticed there's no wind. It's still. I feel like I can hear it maybe blowing up on the ridge, but it's quiet as can be down here. It's beautiful. So peaceful right now. And there's the sun. Early morning break time, my usual time for my little baby food, get my fruits and vegetables snack, and just giving you all a little update. My little inner child baby is talking a lot this morning, and she is saying she doesn't want to count miles today. I don't think we've gotten very far yet. The trail has started to climb. I don't know if you can see the grade here. So it's gotten steeper. It's certainly not the steepest I've ever been on, but she just doesn't want to work hard today. That little voice is telling me that the last several days have felt more like work than fun, and we need to throw a little more fun in there. So that's what we're gonna do today. I have no idea where that's gonna lead me, or if it's gonna change, but for now we're just kind of chilling and kicking it and not really doing much of anything hard. Maybe it's just the 5-mile climb that has gotten into my head, and I don't feel like banging it out. So we're just gonna take our time going up it. When we get up top, we'll analyze again and go from there. And I'm okay with that. I really am. We made it up to the ridge. The climb wasn't that bad at all. It's 3 3/4 in right now. So I think, as I suspected, the ridge walk just has an incline to it, which makes the whole climb like 5 miles. But this is totally doable. So it doesn't change how I'm going to approach the day. I'm just going to chill and walk and enjoy everything. But wow, I really like mode of clearing up here. This is so nice. I just wish there was more of a view. Hopefully we get closer to the edge and can see down into the valley. to turn around and I got this great view looking back on where I've been coming from for the last several days. It's one of the more popular historical shelters on the trail. It is a converted fire warden's cabin. So a lot of people like to stay here because it's got a door and it's enclosed. And I can only imagine it's got to get pretty windy and cold up here sometimes. See what it looks like inside. There's a picnic table in here. It's pretty nice and warm. Yep, this could be pretty nice. Okay, here is Burke's garden. And I just looked up a little more information. It is 8 miles by 4 miles. There's only one water inlet and 2 roads going out of it. And it looks like a pretty special place. The debate is still on about whether I'm gonna go down to the Burke's Garden Hostel. Got to do some research on it. I would like to, but I also want to time it right. So we're going to sit down and see if we can figure something out now. It's decision time. I'm at the road where I would need to take a 3/4 mile walk down to Burke's Garden Hostel. What should I do? So I've decided I'm not going to go to the hostel. Sorry to disappoint. I'm sure all of you would have loved to have seen what this slatted barn is all about. It seems like a really cool hostel, but I just can't seem to justify it. And these are my reasons why. It is 1.5 miles off the trail. It's too early, that's round trip. It's too early to stay the night, so I'd have to walk down and walk back. It is uphill on the way back. It's too early in the day. It's only 11 o'clock right now, and I've gone about 7.5 miles. If it were like 12 or 13 miles that I had already put in, I would have probably gone. What also would have made me go is if they had like a cafe or a small burger grill where I could get some real food. That would have been a big draw. I did hesitate and think that I could get more food here, and I'll explain later why I need more food. But also, even though I have a healthy budget, I really don't need to spend a night in a bed. I've gotten my head in the game to the point where I feel like I'm going at a nice leisurely pace today, and I'm really enjoying my surroundings, and I can totally be fine sleeping in my tent tonight, which leads me to my next point. It's not raining. The weather is beautiful today, so why hang out in a hostel? I have no injuries, nothing that I need to rest that's bothering me, and I just feel like I would just be wasting some good hiking time. So I don't know how many miles I'll get today. I have the possibility of still hitting my best goal for the day, but there's a bug that's about to climb over the glass. Okay. I just feel like the only reason I would want to go down there is to just get the experience of the place. And there's going to be so many other places where I can do that, that will actually help me out in some other way. So I'm passing on Burke's Garden Hostel. A little sad. Doing my part today. So they're asking that AT hikers take a grocery bag of shavings and carry it 4.5 miles to the Jenkins shelter. So since I am going just past that shelter today, hopefully I'm gonna do my part. Got my shavings right here. So hopefully that's some good trail karma I'm working on. As you can see, the terrain is pretty rocky. Just really hard to get a rhythm. Where you're just constantly getting pushed sideways, shuffled this way, shuffled that way, taking large steps, taking small steps, and a lot of concentration to try and get some kind of a rhythm. So the last time I tried to push through terrain like this, it didn't go so well. I was really wiped out by the end of the day, and then it affected the next day's hiking. So I'm trying not to rush this. I'm just trying to find the beauty in it, find the peace in it, look around at my surroundings. Like this crazy pile of rocks up here. I would have to guess that this is limestone. Part of the crumbling process. Maybe part of the sinkhole, I don't know. But it is just like littered everywhere. It's not always going to be the smooth, fast ribbon of dirt to follow. And sometimes it's not up and it's not down that gets you. It's this stuff. So all kinds of body parts getting worked. And I have to say too, it's not very pleasant on my back. But what are you gonna do? Just gotta push through it. Everybody remember maps from the NOC?
It was a while ago.
Well, now that I've worked it out in my head. It was definitely the hat that was throwing me off.
I have far too many cashews.
Get a closer look at the size of that jar.
Great value. I got sucker.
Great value. And we're debating whether it's nutritionally complete.
Which is not. It has no vitamin D.
It's a disappointment. But you're getting it from the sun, so if that's the vitamin it's lacking.
Also no calcium.
Oh.
And I bet it has others that's missing. It's just that's why C has 0%.
Well, as long as that's not the only thing in your food bag, I think you'll be okay.
Oh yeah, no, like that's what the rest of this is for.
Hey everybody, this is Lighthouse. Can you guess where he's from?
Let me talk for a few minutes. I'll figure it out.
Yes, he's from Maine, but that's not why that he has that name.
Go into detail.
See if I remember? It's because he never wears shorts at home. So when he came out here, he had lily white legs.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Lighthouse. Stopping in to drop my charity. Here's your privy images for the day. Look at that throne. All right, gotta drop my deposit, and not the kind you think. Stashes go. All the good hikers doing their duties. Good job, hikers. So there just was a little bit of an incident when I was getting water for camp tonight. It's a bigger stream too, so that increases the concern. My clean water bottle fell into the water. It just fumbled out of my hands and fell into the water. And a little bit like a sip of water got inside the bottle. I don't know. Is that gonna mean I get Giardia? Guess we're gonna have to wait 3 weeks to find out, because that's how long it takes for symptoms to manifest. Oh well. Half a mile to camp from here. We're almost done with this day. It was a pretty good day, considering the little guffaw I just had. I just came to this area cordoned off with this ribbon. This tree is hazardous. Ah, I see. It fell off of that. And I think that eventually maybe it's gonna knock that tree down, so it's kind of like a warning, caution. Okay. I'm beginning to think I may have made guffaw number 2 for the evening. I was shooting for a campsite listed in the comments as being at mile marker number 581. I've been walking for a while now and I haven't come to the campsite. So I just looked at far out thinking, shoot, the mileage changes every year. Was that a 2022 comment? So I don't know how far I'm gonna have to go now. That's the game of the AT. So I just saw this on the side of the trail. I thought maybe it was a campsite. It's not. So I still don't know how long we're gonna have to go before we find something. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This could be it. Oh, yes. I think this is it. And it's a good one. I think it's gonna work. Look at that. Looks pretty flat. Just needs to be cleaned up a little. I'll take it. Good evening, day 51. Good day. I felt like I caught myself and listened to that inner child that was kind of whiny today. Didn't want to do a hard day, didn't want to do big miles. I tried to satisfy her by getting a possible hostel stay, but the timing didn't work out. Getting in 17.2 miles, which is perfect. It was my best of good, better, best goals today. And the terrain was mostly cooperative. The big climb ended up not really being a big deal. A nice change to be walking in open, grassy area with a really gentle slope for like 2 miles. So it really made the whole climb super easy. It was no big deal at all. The afternoon introduced some rocks, and I'm not really crazy about the whole rock thing. It definitely irritates my back more, but it ended up being okay. In the previous few days, going back before Marion, there was some rocky sections there, and I actually thought that was worse, so I'll take today. It was nice running into some other hikers today to just break up the monotony of the day. Traveling all by yourself all day long, day in and day out. Sometimes it's just nice to know that you're weaving in and out with some other people, and so I was very accepting of that today. A little disappointed that I dropped my bottle in a creek that's not really spring fed. There's just a bigger chance of there being Giardia in there, but I'd like to think that filtering eliminates the risk of contracting Giardia, and that it's not a likelihood if you don't filter. And it was a little teeny tiny bit of water, like a little spit of water in there, really. So hopefully it's not a big deal. I can't really not drink it. It's 10 miles to where I can get a new bottle, so I don't know. We'll see how the day goes tomorrow. But I really think I'm gonna be fine. So I'm gonna let it go. We'll see. We're done sweating about it. There's absolutely nothing I can do about it right now. So I haven't really even looked at the section ahead very much, but what I do know is this, and this is why I said earlier that I'm going to need more food. When I originally planned out my resupply boxes, I had a little trouble with this area, trying to get something to work that was suitable, that didn't require a post office, because the post office in Bland has ridiculous hours. So the only option I came up with was this Weary Hiker Hostel. And it actually is about 18 miles from the upcoming road crossing. So when I was planning, I just decided that I was going to get off at that road crossing and then take a shuttle to the hostel and then take a shuttle back. I still may do that. I haven't really decided. I actually think what I'm going to do is just base it on what the availability is at the hostel. If they have a availability tomorrow night and they will come and pick me up for a fee that is not exorbitant, then I'll probably go in tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon. I think I have 10 miles to the road. If they don't have availability, then I'll check to see if they have something the following day, because they are located like a half a mile, maybe even probably a quarter mile from the trail. But that's a whole day's way further. So I need to be able to buy a day's worth of food at the road crossing. And apparently there's a truck stop there or some kind of market, which is probably just a gas station, and I might have to work out gas station food. But if it saves me $60 for a round trip shuttle, then it's probably worth it. So that's what we're looking at for tomorrow. So with that, I'm going to close out, and we'll see how day 52 plays out. Have a great night, everyone.